Hey witches, it's Faye the Fiend, and today we're doing a spell. Well, I'm doing a spell, and I guess you're just watching, but hopefully you find this useful. I had another card charm that was an evil eye, and it broke, and I was like, I don't need to replace it, and then I got a flat tire, so here we are replacing it. You get a lot of evil eye on the road, honestly. Just people pissed off that whatever, you're not moving fast enough for them, or they think you're riding their ass, or, if you're a woman on the road, they just see that you're a woman and they're like, okay, here's someone I can bully. There's a lot of weirdos out there. So I'm just gonna charm this today for the car. I'll go over I don't want to say ingredients, but the things I'm gonna use. And then you guys can alter this however you want. It should be pretty straightforward. So we have something to write your petition on, something to write with, 3 candles. I'm using a purple one because I want to be more psychically aware. You know, um, when I get in my car, I would like to have, more of an intuition of like, don't go down this road because there's construction, or like that person over there is giving you a weird eye, sorry, I had to fix whatever was going on down here. Yeah, sometimes, you know, we get in our own little world and we don't notice that there's a lot of weirdos with not good intentions on the road. So it's good to be aware in general, but it's gonna add an extra boost with that. And yeah, so we have our candles, our petition, the object you're going to enchant. The herbs I'm going to use, again, if you don't have these available to you, you can always change them, however you'd like. But if you can get these, they work well together. We have lemongrass, which kind of wards off evil. There we go. We got angelica root, which is good for protection. We got cinnamon, super good for protection. And then our final one is valerian. This is basically mm, a great herb for many things, but I think victory and success. So that's what we're going to be working with today. If you have any protection oils, those would be great to use. I don't have any, so I'm going to use a banishing oil to kind of just like ward off evil. And then again, I kind of want to be more in tune. So I have like an ancestor oil for protection and communication. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to make it focus. And then I have eyes wide open, which this one's like kind of to call upon your intuition. So I'll be putting these on the candles and on my hands, and then on the object, and focus. Okay, here we go. And yeah, let's begin. So I've already cleansed my space and my objects. I would recommend that you do that first. And once you do, this is how I would do it. Again, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. So we have our banishing oil. So I would put that on one of the white candles, getting rid of any evil, any bad intent, any road raging drivers that might be coming. Some people are very particular about like moving it inward if you're trying to draw in protection, and moving it outward if you want to. This is for banishing, so I'm moving it outward. But however you feel, there's no right or wrong. And we have our spirit oil. I'm gonna do that one on a white candle as well. Oh wow, that one smells really good. And then we have, again, you can make your own oils. I would recommend a protection oil, but if you don't have any, it's not really necessary. Um, olive oil is a good one. Coconut is good for protection, so you could use that too. Yeah, just look into the different properties of the different oils you use. So now I'm gonna kind of put all of those oils on this guy, drawing it in. This charm was not that expensive, so I'm not too concerned about, oils damaging it or anything. I doubt they would get damaged, but if you have an object that you are concerned about, just make sure you're using materials that aren't going to damage the object that you have. Mm-hmm. And now that my hands are all oily, I can't open the jar. Classic. I like to call upon the spirit of the plants and ask them for their permission. I already have prior to the spell, but I'm still going to put them in my hand and pray over them. So you just have it in your hand. You'd say a small prayer. I'm going to do it in silence. But you're just asking the spirit to be in your space and to imbue the working with their energy. You can put it on the candles if you want. I always have issues like making them stick. So, see, it's not working. That's okay. We'll just leave it on the base for now. We have Angelica root. I'm gonna pray to her. Now cinnamon. And again, if you care about clockwise or counterclockwise, when you're putting the herbs on platform, you would just do it clockwise so it comes in and then counter for out. Not necessary, but I like to think it adds a little extra Our Valerian. Okay. All right. So next, I would write the petition. Some people talk about making sure there aren't any man-made edges. I've never been able to receive a clear answer as to why that is. So I'm not going to do something just because someone says. I also think it might be a hoodoo thing, in which case I don't want to be stealing from them, obviously. Yeah, but no one has ever explained that. So if you know why, um, let me know. I heard someone say it's to get rid of other people's energies, but I don't. That doesn't even make sense. The machine cuts it, not. But whatever. Anyway, um, yeah. So just make a petition saying like you can either do sigils, your name, do your name with your birth date, and then turn it inward. I am protected. I am protected. Turn it again. And the reason for turning it again is like the clockwise motion. And you're kind of writing over things. Um, so you do the tag lock. You can do sigils. You can do statements. Whatever you want. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now again off camera. So the petition is also a good place to put more oils in if you want to, more herbs in if you want to, and again to incorporate like folding inward to come towards you clockwise and inward to come towards you and clockwise. So, and again, the number of times could also be a numerology thing. It's all a matter of preference. Um, I like to put the petition under the base that I'm working on, but you got to be careful about it because sometimes the paper will stick up and make the base unbalanced. I've never really had an issue with it, but that is a safety hazard, so just be careful with that. We're gonna melt the bottom, stick it to the base. I feel like these candles are always really crooked because they're so thin. Okay. It feels like a race against time. You're trying to make sure you are able to stand your candle before it solidifies. Yeah, so sometimes you'll have to redo it. It's not a big deal. Um, then just want to make sure your candles are standing straight. I have so many thin candles, I'm trying to use them up, but I don't know if I'll be moving forward with them when I need more because standing them up is kind of a pain. Okay. Sweet. Now we light them, and basically you're just gonna sit, put your energy into it, visualize, you know, you being protected, a protection around your car, and just put that in there. You know, ground and pull energy from the universe or whatever it is that you believe in. Don't just like pull energy straight from yourself because that's how you get hangovers, spell hangovers, as we like to call them. So yeah, we're just gonna sit here and put the energy in. Um, I guess I'll leave the video in. It feels a little weird. But one. The order of which you light the candles might be important to you, irrelevant to you. I don't really care. Um, yeah. You want to visualize energy going into the charm and, you know, the energy of your car being protected and you being protected from people on the road. Alrighty, so the spell's pretty much done. After the wax has melted, we can always read it. Um, this one kind of fell off to the side. It might be hard for people to see, but it kind of looks, I want to say like an angel, but it literally looks like a person and then like the wings. And then on a different aspect, it kind of reminded me of it looked like Our Lady. I feel like in my mind it makes sense. I don't know if anyone else is saying that, but that's okay. Um, a little bonus spell. I didn't think it was big enough to make a whole video on it, but I did want to enchant a card charm, like for the keys, because you know, keys can go missing sometimes, and I feel like I've avoided that by giving my keys a designated area. I just want to make sure I don't ever lose them. And also, I feel like my keys fall a lot, like out of my hands, and it wouldn't be a big deal, but I do have a fob, and I had another fob, and that one broke to the point where, like, it fell so much it broke, and then it just stopped working. So I had to get this other one, and they're not always cheap. So, um, he's kind of taken on some of the protective energies. Um, You can also enchant an object with just intention if you just sit there and visualize. Um, so that's kind of what I did with this little guy. Gonna make sure that I avoid my keys falling. My keys are protected from falling and slipping out of my hands, and that they're protected from being lost. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, you can always read your wax, because if you had an an object with a lot of energy on it, you might get, you know, wax saying you need to do it again. But it's most likely that nothing's gonna, like, you're pretty much set to go. The petitions, you can burn them, you can throw them away. Um, you know, I don't know. It's all preference. There's no right or wrong. You can keep it in your car if you would like. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. Let me know if you have any questions or if you have any ideas for any spells that you do want to see. Um, yeah, as always, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something. See you in the next one. Hey, witches! It's just an update. I did take it out for a spin today, my car, and it works. The charm works. I did hit my head going into the car, so it doesn't work outside of the car. So I might have to do another protection spell for that. But it did work very well. I noticed a lot more pedestrians. I feel like I wasn't as aware before, which is awful. But I think in general, like, drivers just aren't aware of pedestrians as much as they, you know, should be, or realize, they'll realize afterwards, like, oh, there's someone on their way to cross the street, as opposed to like on the corner waiting to cross the street. So yeah, I was very aware of the pedestrians. It was almost uncomfortable. It was also a Saturday, so it was very busy. I noticed that I noticed speedometers. Like, I just had a good intuition about, like, there's a speedometer coming up, either through memory or just intuition. There's I was surprised it was a Saturday. I feel like usually people are riding my ass in the slow lane, and I'm like, it's the slow lane. Go to the fast lanes. You have 3 other lanes you can go to. Leave me alone. And today it was they didn't bother me at all. They rode my ass for like 5 seconds, and then they would just leave to another lane. Yeah, other than that, if you don't have any of the herbs available to you, don't stress too much. Like, cinnamon's pretty available at most stores. I don't know about Angelica root, but it's not a big deal if you need to replace something here and there. But it works like a charm, because it literally is. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you tried it and whether or not it worked for you. Thanks.